Hey guys, Brian Groth here, founder of Sales Transformation Group. What's going on? So glad you're here. And we're going to talk about construction sales 101. So I'm going to go over a few different topics and hopefully this is super valuable for you. If you are in sales or an owner or a sales manager and you want to grow sales to have more predictability, to have increased closing ratios, to have higher gross profit margins, to have shorter selling cycles, to have more control, and be a better steward of this opportunity to grow your business through sales development, then this is going to be a great series of content for you. So, super glad you're here. I want to talk about the very first topic. One of the most important topics is setting sales goals and targets. I can tell you right now, if you as an owner don't have a vision, then a salesperson won't be able to attribute their personal vision toward your vision. And therefore, with a vision, it's great to have a vision, but you got to have goals to get you to that vision and to execute on that vision. I can tell you that you need to have personal connection to your sales career. And so, something that I see as a big mistake that a lot of people make is they just set a big goal and divide their goal by 12, and then they try to just say, here's what I'm going to hit every month. So, a big mistake you don't want to make is just set sales goals around results. You want to set proactive leading indicator type of goals that eventually we could turn into KPIs. But something that I really want you guys to think about is making sure you have a personal attachment. So what you have to have is a personal connection, right, to the goals. And so this leads to a few things. There's a few different types of motivational styles. There's actually three that we talk about all the time. One is extrinsic. The second one is altruistic, and the third one is intrinsic. All right, so you can go in any different order. The majority, though, however, in this industry, is that the majority of people motivated are intrinsically motivated. So it's one thing to just say, hey, you're going to hit the goals and you're going to make some more money. It's another thing to say, if you hit these goals, then you will have some kind of intrinsic recognition. So I just want to make sure that you know that if you're helping set goals for people and you're helping to tie upside to a salesperson's career as an owner, you want to make sure that there is not just money, but recognition, right? Recognition is a big deal. Recognition. Okay, I spelled it correctly. So also, this is going to lead into the next phase, which is going to be our KPIs. But another thing I want you guys to do is when you set goals, make sure that they are achievable goals. Okay. So you've heard the whole SMART, right? You've heard the SMART goals. We could talk about it: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time sensitive. So what I like to see is if salespeople, they and then if you're a salesperson, you know this. You don't think like 5 years out, right? You're like your brain doesn't even think 1 year out. Your brain barely thinks a quarter out. So you have to think on a daily, weekly, and monthly type of level. Because I can tell you right now, if you have a big goal, right? I'm gonna shake this up here. If you have a big goal, and that goal is, let's just say I want to do $1 million of something, okay? $1 million. You cannot think I'm going to eventually hit $1 million. If you didn't know this, $1 million is 83K a month, right? And if you divide that again into 4, you got 20K a week, right? And so you got to be thinking, how do I take the goals and make them daily goals? And if you are an owner and you're a really good salesperson and you're a sales manager, what you're able to do is create something powerful in your organization and in your own sales career, which is this. This right here is very powerful. And it's called an accountable sales atmosphere, okay? This word changes everything, y'all. When you can hold somebody accountable, yourself accountable to who you want to be and hit the goals you want to hit, to get to the goals you want to hit, to achieve the life you want to have, You are no longer a cop. You are a coach, y'all. You are a coach. You're moving from, hey, you're going to get fired if you don't do this, to, look, you said you want to go there. You said you want to be an awesome salesperson, hit these numbers, be amazingly successful. I want to hold you accountable to a version of yourself that you are committing to me right now to be in this sales career. And you're going to need to have some accountability. So I'm really excited about that. So again, personal connection to goals. Make sure that they're measurable, they're achievable. You want to ramp up, make sure that you're achieving them and those goals effectively on your way to your big, hairy, audacious goal. But what we want is consistency and confidence building, right? I would hate to say you got to do $80,000 a month and never sold one deal. You want to raise them up, right? You want to get those. It's like an airplane. You want to get it up off the ground. So when you get it up off the ground, it starts to catch wind. It starts to get some momentum. It starts to feel good. Salespeople need time to get up and running. And then when you have actual those goals that are specific and measurable and attainable, you can have an accountable organization. And if you're a salesperson, you should be coaching yourself. How do I hit those goals? Because if I hit $1 million, that means I'm going to make X dollars, and that means I'm going to make this kind of impact in my financial life or my personal life or my ability to help others. So how do you motivate yourself to say, if I hit my goal on Friday, this is what this means. I get to treat myself. I get to do this. I get to do that, because I should be moving into a weekly and even a daily type of goal. So next, I'm going to talk about some basic KPIs that you should be paying attention to and measuring. And I'm going to talk about a couple different ones. You got residential, you got commercial. They're different KPIs because they're different types of sales structures. But just in general, guys, if you want to be great, you got to measure yourself. You got to measure those goals. You got to see how you're doing against those goals, because ultimately there's a personal connection that hopefully is life changing, transformational. Sales should not be boring. It should be an awesome adventure of becoming somebody just phenomenal and becoming a better person and income producer for you and your loved ones and your family to make a great difference. So that's the first section. I'm going to roll into the second one here in a second.